brokenhearted about what's going on. We've never had anything like this. No program that's raised 1,200 boys is not going to have some CPS call. We do, and they come and they look around and they're amazed by the happiness of our boys and the care we have and the kind of staff we have. And these guys are literally came in like jackbooted Nazis. The police are kind of just unwitting accomplices. They're just standing there showing their badges and their shirts. But it's the CPS who think they have the power. Long story short, theoretically, hypothetically, I agree with these guys and their supposed mission. Protect children from child abuse, get them out of alcoholic and abusive homes, sexually abusive step-parents, or foster care that turns out that it was a bad fit. Who wouldn't? I exist to protect and love on and serve children. Who wouldn't agree with the stated mission of CPS? But it doesn't work that way. It's certainly not working that way this time, and in many of my parents' experience. So they don't talk much, they don't say much to us, so I'm kind of in the dark. I'm not on the ground right now. My wife and I are 2,500 miles away. I don't have any sense that being there is going to be anything but a complication with my willingness to get my dander up. They're going to do what they're going to do. So I'm working behind the scenes with my staff, getting legal representation, working with our parents and trying to see what rights we have. In the United Soviet Socialist Republic of Washington, I'm learning we don't have any more rights, it seems, than Oregon, California, or the USSR. And that's not a reactionary statement. It's the God-honest truth. Here's what's going on so far. There were no credible accusations of child abuse. Never will be. When I even smell something like an incompatible, personality trait with our program, we part ways and send them down the road, because these boys will push your buttons every day, as you parents who send them to me know. I can't afford to have people with hot heads. I'm the guy with the hottest head on the place, and I know how to deal with it and with these boys. Long story short, what we get from what the boys that were interviewed are telling us, what they've told a few parents whose boys they took, here's what I know so far. So when you talk to your attorneys, when you call Child's Rights Act, parents' rights organizations I've posted online, basically we have a program that is a church-based 501c3 child care program, non-therapeutic, non-insurance, non-state sanctioned or licensed. We don't come into their jurisdiction. We don't take their money from the state, the federal government, or from insurance companies. We're a private extension of the Christian home or otherwise of families. The parents retain all custodial care of their children, have weekly and if need be daily contact with their kids. We do not supervise phone calls. We do not intercept letters of our boys. Completely transparent. We have cameras everywhere. We show our services online. We show daily and sometimes hourly videos and pictures of all of our activities. Actually, the most transparent place I've ever seen in the country. And I learned that by watching other programs in Texas and Mississippi and just around the country that have ran into CPS in times past, so I've tried to keep my nose clean and make those birds happy. What their complaint was, they got some sort of a hotline call. I don't know. It wasn't from us, from our children, or from our parents. I believe it was from a disgruntled employee who I fired for incompatibility with my ministry and being too aggressive in the program. Long story short, however they came to my place, they didn't come with a warrant or with an accusation. They came with an investigation in mind, and they started sniffing, smelling, pushing, trying to go everywhere and anything. My philosophy is try to be transparent and let them look, because I have nothing to hide. My attorney, I'm sure someday will say, well, that was dumb. I don't know what rights I even have in Washington State. They push and make you feel like and pretend you have no rights. But it wasn't just me. I really am literally a representative of you parents. This is about parents' rights. This is secondarily maybe the church's ability or right to have any help in schooling or behavior or sleepovers or staying in a place like this. I believe they've overstepped their bounds. I hope we find that, and that even the state here has overstepped their bounds. Our local CPS chapter has overstepped their bounds of what they have the right to do. Hope we can prove that someday if I have to take it to the Supreme Court to help other people like me. In the meantime, they've taken 8 boys away last night. We will be posting pictures and videos of bawling boys who did not want to go with CPS, did not do anything wrong, did not make a complaint. Today they say they're coming back because they have 25 more boys that they are concerned about their safety. Not sure which part of their safety. It seems to be that the crux for them is, number one, medication. Our policy is that parents whose doctors, counselors, people have pushed them down the psychotropic medication road, that we coordinate with their parents and with their doctors in getting these boys on about a 3 to 4 month reduction schedule in their medication, so we can reestablish a new baseline in a very stable and controlled and disciplined environment, so they can be reevaluated by their parents and doctors and know where they are. 99% of the time, these kids never go back on medication as adolescents or as adults. We also have our own PhD psychotherapist doctor who supervises all of this as well. So we're not like fly-by-night out in the middle of nowhere. Sorry, I'm in a vehicle and it's bouncing around. Fly-by-night that, we're just operating half-cocked here. Number 2 is they were questioning parents about